Please, just don't tell the company. If they find out, she'll know I'm still married. It would be cruel for her to discover the truth about my marriage through an affair, he pleaded, showing sympathy for his mistress. What about me? I asked, my voice stern. Christian looked taken aback and then lowered his head. I'll arrange the money right away. Just keep quiet about it. I kept my unyielding gaze on him. Christian knelt, begging, please, keep this quiet. I couldn't help but laugh at his pitiful state. He explained he would borrow the $50,000 settlement from his parents and the mistress's share from a loan shark. As long as it didn't inconvenience me, I didn't care where the money came from. I made it clear, though, that it needed to be transferred properly. We agreed he would file the divorce papers after the transfer, and I made sure to get it in writing. Christian left dejectedly. He had likely come to ask about a kidney transplant, but I didn't let him get that far. By exploiting his vulnerability, I managed to settle the divorce compensation without further issues. I was relieved that Lisa wasn't home to witness such a mess. Since I was still legally his wife, I went to Christian's hospital to sign the treatment consent forms, including those for dialysis. Deciding to check on him, I found him arguing with a young woman in the common room. She seemed furious, her loud voice carrying outside. Weren't you supposed to be cured? What's with the hospitalization? This must be Dana, the mistress. Please calm down, Christian replied weakly. I don't want to deal with an old man in the hospital when I'm about to have a baby. She retorted. What a foul-mouthed woman. I wondered if she really was the boss's daughter. Lisa eyed her suspiciously. I think I know her, she muttered. Dana continued her tirade. I absolutely can't handle caregiving. Christian shrank away, overwhelmed and unable to argue. And what's this about divorce compensation? Lisa looked at me, laughing. Unable to resist, I had sent a letter about the affair to the company president. Perhaps that's why Dina came storming in. It's practically marriage fraud, she said. He lied about being healthy. I'm the one who should be getting the divorce compensation. I laughed at her words. Lisa's letter might have been too much, but it was a case of reaping what one sows. As a young doctor passed by, he struck up a conversation with Lisa. Is that your dad in the common room? There was a familiar tone in his voice. Lisa smiled and replied, Maybe not. I watched their exchange with a touch of amusement. After he left, Lisa caught my gaze, blushing slightly. A nurse then mentioned to me that there was laundry piling up. I smiled and responded, understood, and left, pondering the fact that Christian likely had no one to care for him during his hospital stay. On the way back, Lisa speculated, I might know that woman, his mistress. Probably a senior from high school. She recalled someone who had left school halfway through her senior year due to pregnancy. Tilting her head in thought, she added, she must have dropped out because of that. Then, with a smirk, she suggested, maybe the child she's carrying isn't dad's. Lisa shared rumors that the senior had been involved in dubious activities back then. I had a hunch she might be right, just a woman's intuition. After some time, the alimony from the divorce trial was paid by my in-laws. They didn't just transfer it, they brought it in person. We've been so troubled by what our son has done. We are truly sorry, they said, tears in their eyes as they knelt on the floor. I will accept the alimony for my sake, but I intend to have no further dealings with my son Christian, I replied. Christian had angered the CEO and was fired on the spot. Although he received severance pay, it was taken by his affair partner under the guise of alimony, and Christian disappeared afterward. My mother-in-law tearfully shared that he had been hospitalized due to artificial dialysis and worsening liver conditions. It seemed unlikely he would ever leave the hospital again. The company Christian had worked for transferred the alimony, probably out of shame for their daughter's scandal, a form of hush money, I suppose. Finally, the turmoil settled, and peaceful days returned. My lung cancer responded well to treatment, and the doctor recently informed me that I'm in remission. Regular checkups should suffice now. Lisa is off to work, and I'm alone at home, looking around the empty house. The house originally belonged to my relatives, renovated and transferred to my name with savings I had before marriage. It is mine, and even after the divorce, I won't have trouble finding a place to live. As for Lisa, she recently told me she's dating a young doctor she met during her hospital visits. They became close, and she plans to bring him home soon. He's a kind, smiling doctor with a friendly demeanor. I hope she won't make the same mistakes I did, but with this doctor, she should be fine. Despite all I've lost due to my illness and the failure of my marriage, life still has so much more to offer. Then, the CEO of the company Christian worked for offered me a job as an office worker at a local construction company. They valued my previous experience and allowed me to work from home, which I accepted. Having a stable income has greatly reduced my anxiety about the future. I aim to be happier from now on, refusing to dwell on the past. I look forward, ready to embrace the future.